Hello and welcome to the Wednesday live stream. And before we start, let me share a link on our Discord server that we are live. And then we will take a look at our board. Just a second. Okay, done. So last time we worked on the Python LSP, then predefined prompts. Let's verify that. And as well, there was one more thing, but that isn't listed here, and that was an improvement for Git history. A tree with we've added there an input for searching purpose, then a selector for users and a branch selector. So before the release will happen, only you can preview the current branch, the current branch's history that you are working on. Once we release the new version, which will be 0.41, then you will be able to switch between different branches, then filter by users and filter by, authors of commits, and look for search by a commit message. Okay, so one more thing, the one with the Windows support, as you can see, so that the agent that you are looking at now is the one that was working on it, and there is still a few smaller things to do, but we are getting closer and closer to the final test. On first I will test it on my different laptop where there is a Windows installed, so I'm gonna test it there. For sure there will be some issues here and there, I hope not that much, and then I will invite first users that are on our Discord server to take a look at it. And hello chat, hello Divan. By the way, you can sorry if my pronunciation is wrong, if you can share your nickname, how you would like to be named. Yeah, I would be happy if you could share it, because I know you, kind of, and it would be nice to maybe Dev. Okay, I will use Dev then. So hello Dev, thank you for joining. It's not gonna be a long session, so let's focus on work. Okay, so first thing, I shared with you what we worked on last time, so we have to review that. But before we start reviewing, let's start two agents, at least two agents. One of them will take care of the API connection errors. So now, if there is an error, for example, you run a Cloud Code agent, there is an error with a communication error, then unfortunately the overlay will be rendered and will cover the whole content of a session. You can close it, but the thing is that there is an error, a generic error, and I would like to verify if we can catch that the error was the API connection error, and if we can then provide a better message. So this is the first thing, and then a visual indicator for selected and active agent sessions. I would like to have it as well. So let me start the first one. So this is a bug, API connection error, and we will do it on a dedicated worktree. Okay, then the other one is the agent's visual indicator for active selection. That's exactly what this is about. And again, a new worktree Okay, so we have these two guys. Okay, let's start from these two topics, and I also have a message because I've copied it yesterday, because yesterday there was an error with it happened, at least for me, a connection error between my machine and Anthropic API. So I would like to catch that. That's why I copied the content of a message yesterday. That's exactly what that is. And now let's give the agent a prompt. My guess is that it's gonna, if there is an error, it will try to match. And maybe there is also a code available. I don't know. Let's ask agent if that is the case, that there is also a HTTP code maybe available and the application can catch it, and then based on that show a more meaningful error message, because that's exactly what the issue is here and what I would like to improve. What you see here is a part of a message that I received yesterday when there was a connection error between my machine and the remote API of a model provider. I want you to verify if we can, either by looking at an HTTP code or by parsing the output, if we can verify that the error is exactly the connection error, and instead of showing users a generic error message and a generic model, maybe we can provide first thing a better message with additional specification that this is a connection error, and then as well slightly modify the model that we present with a nice button to close the model, and then users can easily jump again into the session and wait until the API is up again. Yeah, so that's more or less what I would like to achieve, because there is an X button to close our models, our error models, but the thing is that you can easily miss it, and if you miss it, then you will restart a session. So that also means that you will lose all the previous context that you worked on, and we don't want that. Yeah, we don't want that. Okay, so this is the first one, and now the visual indicator for a selected or active agent session. From what I remember, the application already stores that, so if I clicked here at the session that is on the bottom, then the application tracks that this is an active selected session. If I move here and I click on the other one, then this selection will be updated. So yeah, first let's verify if that is still the case, and then second thing would be to also add a visual indicator that this is the active session. And I would like to also improve even more sessions, states, transitions indicators, because if you work on multiple workspaces and you receive a notification from one of the workspaces that you are not previewing now at the moment, then unfortunately the working glow that you see here will disappear. But the thing is that you don't really know, if you don't remember, you don't really know what agent reported to you that the work is done. So that is also a thing that we have to improve, but for now let's focus on a indicator for selected sessions. I want you to verify, because as far as I remember, the application tracks a selected session internally. If that is the case, I would like to add a visual indicator, not too aggressive one, and mark next to a session name that specific session is already selected. We can start from a brainstorming session, and what is also important, I want you to prepare a few design options, how we can handle this indication. Okay, the last word wasn't captured. Okay. Well, I'm not yet sure how I would like to present to you that specific agent that you selected, a certain agent. I'm not sure yet. Maybe some additional, maybe a dot, maybe an additional border around the session container. Let's see. Okay, so these two guys are busy. So let's now take a look at predefined prompts and Git history search input. So these are the things that we worked on last time. Well, that was yesterday. That last time was yesterday, actually. Okay, so here is the predefined prompts icon. This is the right sidebar below the databases icon. And here is the list that you can freely modify, you can add. But what is important, you have to add a group first. Let me clear the state, so I'm gonna delete that. And I'm gonna delete that group as well. Okay, so once you update the application, this is the stage that you will see. No groups yet, add a group, then add prompts to it. So let's verify that. If I click on a new prompt, there is a warning message, no groups yet. Okay, so let's add a group and let's put a name. So this is going to be a live stream demo group. Okay, let me save that, and you will be again moved to the model that you started from. So let me put a name, and for testing purposes, I will just put a counter prompt. Yeah, that's gonna be the name, counter prompt, and this will be a content. So I want you to count from 10 to 1. Okay, let's see. And let's add one more thing. So you are let's give it a role. Yeah, let's give it a role. So you are you are an agent that will count for us. Well, that's the idea. Of course, this is a very, very silly example, but that's the idea. So with predefined prompts, you can put and think about the content ahead and prepare kind of you can think about it like almost like skills. Not the same, but very similar. So these can be a bit more complex things with a bit more complex content, where you can define that an agent will have a certain role and will do a certain thing. And then, for example, also, so the first line here is the role, then a thing that you will do, that the agent will do, and then what is also might be very useful most of the time, to specify the output, so format of it. So let's also do it, because we want to have prompts, predefined prompts that will give us every time the same, and that our expectation is that the output will be returned in the same way almost every time, or a certain thing will be done in a specific way. Okay, so let's specify the output. So I want you to show numbers in the same line and in an array. For example, A, B, C. It's good to give it an example. So this is the example. Okay, let's save it. So we have a counter prompt. And now let's switch to a different workspace. Let's start an agent. So demo. Yeah, whatever. And now, because I didn't test it before, so I'm not sure if it works. So let's verify that. So here is the, on the left side of a card is a hand icon. So you have to click on it and then you can drag and drop. Okay, drop to insert a prompt, then enter. And okay, so the content is there. And the output is exactly the same one. The format is the same as we requested, and you can do many different things with that. So for example, if you start working on a feature, you describe it and then you drop the content, the predefined prompt. So let me also verify if the content of a prompt, if a prompt that you will type before dropping, if it's gonna be preserved. So please read it and follow the instruction. Okay, and now I am dropping. Okay, and it is added at the end. So as we expected. Okay, so this is good. This is verified. Now the Git history. So let me open a different project. Okay. This is going to be the Who is Out of Office project. Okay, because here there is a repo. That's the first thing, because in the PHP to Python workspace I don't have a repository. And let me clean that up, by the way. I don't have a repository. The repository is in the Who is Out of Office project, the workspace actually. And here we can test it. Okay, so this is the additional top bar that we've added yesterday. Okay, so this is the top bar and the left selector. These are branches. So let's switch to another one. Maybe the audit trail feature. So that one actually was in, we started working on it on a dedicated work tree, and then we copied the commit. So maybe it's not the best example. Let me check one more time. Okay, so this is the main. Okay, there is a difference. Okay, good. Okay, so that actually works. Okay, and here are fixes, tests. Okay, okay, good. And the author. Okay, I see that there is a duplicated content, so let's verify what could be the issue here. And anyway, I am the author of everything. Okay, but there is a difference. There is a difference. Okay, so I don't see filtering working, but let's verify the commit messages. So for example, clarify. Okay, that works. So this is fine. Make UI. Okay, good. So we have only one thing to fix. So because this is on the main branch, we have to create a new work tree. So fix commit history, author, filtering. Okay, good. We have the agent. Now let me take a screenshot. Okay, so what we see in the selector first is so there are two bugs. First one, duplicated content. So I see myself 3 times, okay, but 2 of them holds the same username, so this is wrong. And then the filtering doesn't really work. Please take a look at the screenshot. This is the Git history component and the author selector that is used for filtering functionality. I want you to verify why there is a duplicated author on that list, and then I want you to as well verify if this selector and filtering are working as expected, because I switched to different authors and the list was still the same. And Dev, how are you? How are you after touching the grass? I hope better now. Okay, so you say, let me look at the chat. Heated debate. Was it what was the politic involved in it? Or that was something different? And I just saw the screenshot that you shared on the Discord server. Yeah, definitely now it is much better. But wait, if this is politics, then what other things are there? Maybe fake news. Okay, so that is exactly what I don't like. The visual indicator, I want to see it. Because this crap that is generated by the terminal, it's like, I need to see that. I need to see that. I want you to spin up a localhost server and present us the options. But I said fake news, but recently, okay, not recently, it was some time ago, actually. They've added a verification by a community info box or something like that. So you should be able to verify if what you see in a post is the truth or not. But I don't know how does it work? I don't know. If someone needs to send a request for a verification, or how it works, or the AI, the Grok agent is doing the work, I don't know. And okay, we're gonna prepare a first spec, and it's gonna be for the connections error that I experienced yesterday even. Okay, this is good. So now I want you to prepare a specification file for that case. Community notes. Really? Wow. Indian government want to remove fact-checking. No politics here. Okay, and here are these selections options. So this is a crap, the first one. It's a total crap. Maybe that one? No. Well, it would be good to give it an example, but I don't have any on top of my head. Yeah, let's leave it. Okay, how about having a... Let me mark it. How about having something like... Can we zoom in? Okay. So a blue line. So not like that. Not like that. maybe like this. Like I don't get it. It is common that AI, any model, I guess, that's the issue with any model, they really want to highlight things on the side like this. So if you see that, then on a website or a whatever web application, then you can be sure that that was Vibe got it. Okay, this is like partially what we do here, but that nobody really checked that, what it is doing. No verification. How about having something like that? And how is the weather in India? Okay, the humidity is high, then it's hard to breathe, I guess. And the temperature? How hot it is. Okay, and we have a specification, so now it's the time for a plan, and maybe if it goes fast, then as well will be included in the release, because really I would like to release a new version today. Okay, good. So now I want you to prepare an implementation plan and then run code review and architecture review by using cheaper models. It is cooler. Well, it's the same here. The same here. Well, 30 is then it is hot. I mean, it is hot by standards that you experience here. But with a combination with a high humidity, then it is difficult to live. Well, 40 is, this is hell. How can you live like that? I mean, well, you can live, but is it common? I mean, is it the temperature that you have from time to time? Because I don't know, sorry, I don't know. Okay, let me take a look at the design for the indicator. Okay, I guess this is better. We can change that in the future. Maybe at some point I will have a better idea. But I don't want it to be too aggressive visually. Okay, but maybe we can set it to 2 pixels. Okay. Okay. So let's go. I want you to implement the option E2. That means 2 pixels. Okay, so once we know what we want to do, I want you to skip the specification phase because I don't believe we need that, and go right into the writing the implementation plan phase, if you are okay with that. Sorry, let me look at the chat. Okay, every year. Okay. Well, because we had heat waves, and these aren't like this isn't a typical thing in Europe. Yeah. Well, you can rewrite it by yourself, or well, you can give it an example as well. That's what I could do here. And do you have an AC at your apartment, or sorry, at home? Yeah, it is hard to find any. Well, it depends on the project. ACs, yeah. Okay. Okay, that one is busy, that one is busy. I guess this is a review phase already. No. Okay, that one is writing a plan. Okay, this guy is already implementing. Okay. Yeah, because this was a bug. And sorry, I didn't have time to change the layout for live streams, but I will do it, I hope, this week. Yeah, so I will make the site okay, add area, let's name it like this. I will make it smaller. Yeah, I use OBS. Yeah, it is pretty easy, I guess. But really, I had no time today. Okay, the plan is committed. Nice. And end-to-end tests for the Git history. Okay, nice. But does that include reviews? I guess not. So let's add that requirement as well. After running end-to-end tests, I want you to run code review and architecture review, and architecture review I want you to run by the Shikigami architect. Well, no, I mean, it isn't easy. That is true. Well, it is 8 hours per day. That's the amount of time that you dedicate to your employer, and then you are free to go. But it's still 8 hours. And it's not tough physically, of course. It's more a challenge for your brain and your a mental state. But it is much easier to have a live stream if there is someone, so thank you for being here. I know you can see me. A few more minutes and we are free to go. Let's maybe start an implementation for at least one of these things, and then yeah, so let me say it one more time. Thank you. Thank you for joining the live stream. Is the live stream still live? Yes, it is. Okay, so I don't know why that happened, but the browser refreshed the streaming page. But okay, I'm still online. Okay, good. Okay, so these were the end-to-end tests, those flickering. Well, I want at least this to be done, which is the commit history auto filtering. If we do that, then let's add the stream and let me run the release pipeline, and the rest, I don't know, will be released on maybe tomorrow. I don't know. And Def, you said you live on a farm? Is your village? Is it a village or a city where you live? I was wondering how big it is. Five minutes. Do you mean by car or a 5 minutes walk? Okay, visual indicator. Okay, this is ready, so I'm gonna now start a new agent that will implement this. So selected agent visual indicator, and that is the implementer. And let me as well move the session. So this is a thing. Yeah, we have to improve that, but it works. So if you move your mouse to the edge of a session window, then there is a drag to reorder button, so you can move the session to a different place. Very useful, especially if you have a few of them. So let's now ask for a handoff prompt, and that's exactly what I would use. That's exactly the case when I would use a predefined prompt. I would just move it into this session instead of now saying that I want a handoff prompt. Please give me a content of a handoff prompt. Is it? Yeah, I lost focus. Give me a content of a handoff prompt for another agent that will implement this feature. A hint of prompt, no, handoff prompt. Okay, good. Let me look at the chat. Five minutes drive. Traffic volume. So is it a highway that is going through your village or next to your village and then to the city, or it isn't a highway but it's just a popular route for, I don't know, a cargo transport or something like that? Highway, yes. Okay, and here is exactly now it's the case, the situation where we can use the second feature that the application provides, which is the forward. So we'll click on this rounded arrow icon, and that is the form where you can specify to what agent you want to send the recent output, and in this case it's gonna be the selected agent visual indicator implementer. That's the name of an agent. You click send, then you hit enter, and voila. So this is still manual work. We have to automate it. I don't know yet how, but it needs to be automated or semi-automated. And then you as a person, as a human, you are then supervising a few agents and a few features development at once. Oh, and even one more person from a group of my favorite subscribers. Hello, good to see you. Yeah, and Def, cargo transport too, yes. I see. And what about the noise? If you walk outside your home, then what about the noise? Can you hear it from the highway, or is it calm that you can rest a bit? What's up? Yeah, what's up? It's good on my side. How is it at your end? It is noisy. Then it isn't good. So you live indoor, it is fine now. So you live in a village, but you experience a big city constantly. And Husnain, how are you? Big cities are unaffordable. Well, that's not the case in Europe, even in the poorest countries. If you have a job, you will be able to live in a big city, but okay, your life won't be like luxurious, of course. Who is OOO? Well, this is this is another project. You can find it on my GitHub. Ah, you were asking about the banner. Ah, sorry. I didn't see that it is active at the moment. Yes, this is a open source application, a leaf planner for small teams. Ah, dev, so does it mean that you've started the project on GitHub? Because I received a star recently. If that was you, then thank you. And thank you twice as much today. And Husnain, how is the work going? Because I know that you from time to time get a how is it called? A contract? No, a task. Okay, then thank you to your account. Yeah, the architecture of the code base is interesting, I would say. It is a modular architecture. Yeah, I think so, yes. Okay, then I'm happy to hear it. Okay, well, slow and good is better than fast and bad. So it is good. A funny one, you say? You can share here or in the general channel, as you wish. If you want, of course. Okay, I'm waiting for 2 reviews for the commit history component. Once it lands, once these 2 reviews land, then let's quickly implement this and we go from here. Okay, it's almost 7 p.m. here. Okay, but the prompt is here, so let me start an implementer. and this is going to be bug API connection error. Okay, and let's move this guy here. Yeah, I need to add a visual indication where the session will be moved, like some highlighting that you are about to replace this session or that session, because now it's like not that responsive. Okay, so let's send it. Wait, I have to rename it. That one, I guess. Yeah, so as you can see, you can at any moment you can rename a session, you can change the name. That is completely that's possible, of course. Okay, and let me send it. So please read and start working on it. Then send. Maybe I should add an auto submit option. Yeah, maybe a checkbox in settings, or yeah, maybe a checkbox in settings. Let me think about it. Yeah, that is interesting, but I'm not sure. Maybe you heard about it. That there is an app. I think that is that was Korea, South Korea. But okay, I don't remember. It's a detail. Anyway, so that you can order a food, but you're not gonna buy it. You're just making this ordering thing to feel better, to make your mind feeling better. And I think as well I heard about something like ordering clothes, a similar thing. That you order something but you don't really get it, but you do this act of ordering, and then that influences your brain and you start feeling better. What do you think? Well, yeah, the question is how you would get those reels. Because I'm pretty sure that you cannot wrap YouTube, for example, into a custom application and then store shorts, for example. You cannot save them. I mean, you can create that app, but I'm pretty sure that the Play Store, that it's gonna be banned at some point, shortly after the release, because someone will report that you are violating, how is it called? Yeah, exactly, that's the thing, yeah? Copyrights. So you are violating them. Terms of service, yeah, exactly. I am afraid that you can do it, but you will be the only user of it. Unfortunately. Okay, now full verification for the fix that we've prepared for the Git history component. And end-to-end test, so I believe some you might see flickering because of end-to-end tests, but let's see. Sometimes it runs them in the background, so that's not that annoying. So let's see how it's gonna be this time. Def, you mean that they show you what is engaging for you? Yeah, this is true. Well, I guess this is a secret, kind of a secret. But anyway, I think they are good at it. And maybe sometimes even they put something controversial for you as a user, as a viewer, just to maybe verify if that catch. Well, I don't know either. Just sharing user-based experience. Yeah, that's exactly the reason. That's exactly the reason. And sometimes they even yeah, so not sometimes, but this is a game with your emotions, I guess. We could name it like this. Sometimes. Okay, so the final verification, I guess this is for the active session. Still failing, but now with no assertion error. Well, let me paste the content, because maybe the agent doesn't know what is happening. So this is what I see when you run the test that is failing. Okay, good, and we have the fix finally for the ready to be merged to the main branch. So, and that is for the Git history component. So let's ask it to merge it. Okay, please merge it to the local main branch. And we will verify that manually if that works. I'm gonna prepare a release today. And the rest of these things, actually these two, so indicator and the bug with the API connection error, that we can finalize next time. Okay, and let me run the application in the dev mode. Since this is a fast forward. Okay, this is merged. Let's take a look. So the Git history, branches. Okay, that works. Let's switch to main and now depths. Okay, so we have three commits in the history for dependencies. And now let me filter. Okay, there is an error. Huh, okay. But it looks like a small thing. I guess the argument is wrong. Let me paste it to the agent. Please fix that. So I believe it is using a wrong argument. It's just a matter of using the right one. Should be an easy thing. Well, from what I see, and I see that thanks to the good old Stack Overflow, it should use the -- author filter instead of filters author. So let me stop that. This is what I see as an example of using the Git author filter. Please verify how it should be done. That is my hint for you. Okay, and here even I have a documentation for the Git. Let's look for the author. Yeah, and it's exactly as it was mentioned in the Stack Overflow page. So -- author and then the pattern. We can maybe even paste it. Okay. Don't forget to hydrate. What do you mean? Ah, I thought you meant hydration from the Symfony framework. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so that wasn't a bug from the git command. Okay. So please tell me if this is fixed or not. At first I thought about hydration that is happening in a doctrine library that is used by Symfony framework, and then there is a process of hydration, so that is happening when a database row is translated into an object. Then this is hydration as well. Okay, it says the code is fixed, so let's verify that. Let's verify that. Maybe I've started the application too fast, so let's verify one more time. Okay, so this is the app, this is the dev mode, and now git history. And okay, now it works. So yeah, maybe I was just too fast. And let me as well use the commit messages filtering, and it works. Okay, good. So that means, let me change branch even. Main, please. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, I like it. Now it is much better, because the first version of that that component that is still available in the production app is very simple. Yeah, as you can see, there is no filtering. You have to scroll. You cannot search by a certain. You cannot search. Oh, okay. Well, I received a weird notification. Let me now get back to the app. Okay, guys. So that is it. Okay, so if there is something left that needs to be merged to the main branch, please do so, and please commit everything that is on the main branch and that is waiting to be committed. And that will be it. Okay, I guess that is like that, and then review complete, approved. Okay, so it means that maybe I will be able to merge that later. Let me check. Okay, our work is fully merged, so that means my dear viewers and subscribers, that we can finalize this live stream. So what we did, let me bring back the our board. Okay, so we verified the predefined prompts feature, and that will be released today. Python LSP. Okay, one more thing. Let's take a look at the Python LSP, and we go from here, because that is as well waiting to be released. Okay, so PHP to Python. So yesterday I shared with you that there is a syntax coloration, but now there is even one more thing available, which is the first iteration of the Python LSP. So if you want to enable it, please go, of course that is the case once I release the new version, 0.41. So once I release, please go to the programming languages section in the settings modal, and then please go to Python. Here you can set a few things, 3 things additionally, on top of making it on or off. So please use the switch if you want to enable Python LSP in a certain workspace. And one more important thing, for all the application users, please keep in mind, because maybe it's not that obvious, but please keep in mind that if you, for example, open 3 workspaces, and in each of these workspaces you will enable an LSP, PHP LSP, Python LSP, and maybe even the second time PHP LSP, then all these 3 things are separate processes that will consume your memory. So please keep that in mind. There is a hard limit on LSPs that are running. So I think it is 8. So we cannot run more than 8. But anyway, I recommend strongly to be careful. Okay, there is some, here is the example how it works, the Python LSP. But please be careful with running too many things at once, especially if your machine isn't too powerful, because then you will for sure feel it. Yeah, it works pretty well, I have to say. Yeah, so for example here it says that it is used in a loop, I guess. Nice. Well, the machine is, there is a question, what is the specification of my laptop? It is M2 Pro, as far as I remember, and 32 gigs of RAM. Yeah, so I believe I can run, if I'm not gonna run live stream, then I guess I can even have 8 LSPs running, but I still don't recommend that. Okay, so let's take a look at the board one more time. Yeah, but I bought it, I bought the laptop so long time ago already, because this is M2, so I don't remember when the M2 was. Yeah, because nowadays buying 32 gigs is expensive, yes. Okay, so... yeah, there is a fix that isn't documented here for the Git components. So these 2 things, we verified them manually, predefined prompts and the Python LSP. The rest is still in progress, which is the API connection error notification, a proper notification with a proper description. And it is important because I don't want you to stop sessions that could live for a longer time and shouldn't be restarted. And then the second thing is the visual indicator. So that's it for today. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here with me, especially to my favorite Discord server members. Thank you for being here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you would like to try Shikigami, then please as well let me know. Especially if you are new here, please let me know what you think about the app. So for now, at the moment, the application supports 3 agents, that is Cloud Code, Codex, and the Open Code. You can pass additional arguments to each of them, so feel free to test it. You can even connect them with your local setup, especially the Open Code agent is, that's why it accepts additional arguments, because then it is configurable and you can connect the Open Code agent with your local Olama setup, for example, if you want to run local models. So that's it for today. Let me say thank you one more time, and see you next time. Bye bye.